Back to another Kraken Packs video. I am your host, MrBevers. Today we've got Conspiracy Take the Crown. Now this is an older video of mine from my backlog, so there will probably be some weird commentary and possibly some older commentary based on things about when the set came out. This was out from August time frame of 2016, so hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. Let's just open this baby right up, like so. So it's a multiplayer format. It's meant for drafting, from what I understand. There will be some interesting cards in it that are very much meant for multiplayer formats. So I don't know, like this box is, look at this weird thing. I don't even know what, like it's just to keep the box from, like, it was wedged in there like this. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird thing. It's a weird piece of cardboard. I mean, it's just so that the box sits square. Hello, Deathsickle, and hello, Moose. Welcome. For those of you catching this on YouTube, I do stream all of my unboxings live, so that's why you're hearing me greet people in chat. So, it's a multiplayer format that, the idea is that you play in essentially a pod of 4 people. So you draft, and then you play in a 4-player free-for-all, which is interesting. So, from what I understand, there's a lot of reprints in this set that are desirable. Cards that are used in a lot of current, modern, and legacy, and those kind of things. So, like, without further ado, let's crack the first pack. God's Willing. Man, I remember that card. Card was a pain in the butt. So, I mean, I guess we count, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 commons means no foil, right? A Bush Strider? Man, I remember this guy too. 3-1. Wow. So here's an example of a new conspiracy card. Okay, it's the Coveted Peacock, right? It's a 3/4 flyer for 5 that says whenever Coveted Peacock attacks, you may goad target creature defending player controls. And what that means is until next turn, that creature attacks each combat if able, and attacks a player other than you if able. So kind of an interesting little thing. So our first rare here is a Desertion. It's an instant, 5 mana. Counter target spell. If an artifact or creature spell is countered this way, put that card onto the battlefield under your control instead of under its owner's control. It's kind of crazy. Oh, so we got a 2 rare pack here. So the last card in every pack is, instead of being a token essentially, or whatever, it's a conspiracy card. So this is the conspiracy card. You can tell because it's got like the weird scroll on it. So if you look at, for instance, the other rare, it's a regular border here, right? It just looks like the regular border, but when you look at the next one, it's got like a weird kind of like little extra piece on the end of this, which makes it look like a scroll. So that means it's a conspiracy card. So our conspiracy card here is Weight Advantage. So this is new to me. So start the game with this conspiracy face up in the command zone. Each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. So if you like big butts, and you cannot lie, the card is for you. So chances are what will happen with this set, now that I'm opening them, is if anything super crazy valuable comes up, I might try to unload it. But otherwise, I'll probably turn it into a cube to play with my friends. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 commons. Oh, there's a beast within, so this uncommon, its original printing in, I want to say, the Scars of Mirrodin block. I believe that's where it was. This card is, an uncommon that's worth a couple bucks, like $3 or $4, I think. I think the copy from Conspiracy is worth a little less than the original copy, just because it's basically been reprinted now. And so we'll put that guy there and keep a little separate pile of money things. Turn it into a cube means basically what you do is you take the cards from it and you put it into a box that will then be drafted at a later time, but people don't keep the cards. The idea is that you draft it because it's a powerful box of cards to play from. And what I might end up doing is I might take the cards from this set and cards from the previous Conspiracy and make a cube out of the two together, just so that it's more fun. So cube is essentially a free draft for everyone. Like, you just draft for fun. So our rare here is an Archdemon of Paliano. Okay, so this is a new one for me. Also, most likely a Conspiracy card, new to Conspiracy. So it says draft this guy face up. So when you draft him face up. As long as this guy is face up during the draft, you can't look at booster packs and must draft cards at random. After you draft 3 cards this way, turn this guy face down. So he's a 5/4 flyer for 4, which is pretty awesome. Like, that's pretty cool. But he causes you to draft 3 picks randomly, so you don't get to pick what card you take, which kind of sucks. But at the same time, you get a 5/4 flyer. Okay, so our next Conspiracy card is an Assemble the Rank and Vial. So it's a hidden agenda. So you start with it face down. You reveal it when the thing happens. You may turn this Conspiracy face up at any time and reveal the chosen name. Okay, so you secretly name a card. Creatures you control with the chosen name have, when this creature dies, you may pay 1 black. If you do, put a 2/2 zombie creature token onto the battlefield. So the idea is that you name a card when you pick this. And, where am I going to put my Conspiracy cards? Here, I guess, for now. Oh, and that's kind of a cool token. Oh, this is the token for the Monarch. That's kind of neat. And it's double-sided. Huh. So that's the Monarch token. Like I said, I haven't seen anything about the set. I haven't looked at it. I haven't done any research on it at all. It came out this Friday. It's brand new. Here we are opening it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so no foil. Yes, the cube thing I answered. The cube is essentially a pack of cards that you put together and you draft from it with your friends. And nobody pays to get into the draft, but nobody takes cards home with them. Our rare here is a Birds of Paradise. Okay, so it's not a bad little pickup. Birds of Paradise is always worth a couple bucks. I think the Conspiracy version of this card is way cheaper than most of the other copies I own, and that's only because this card is going to get printed to the end of the earth. It's going to be bad news bears. Part of the problem with the value in this set is that it's just going to tank. It's going to tank over time because this set is from what I understand, it's a print on demand set. So if there's more demand for the set, Wizards will print more. They'll do a print run. Once that print run's out, they'll be like, hey, do you need more cards? Yes, you do? Okay, we printed another run. So they'll put it through the run again, and they'll print it all again and ship it out. So it'll be around for a while. It'll get printed a lot. There'll be a lot of copies of all of the rares and things from this set, so you know how it goes. Summoner's Bond is our Conspiracy card here. double agenda, so this is a double agenda, which is start the game with this conspiracy face down in the command zone, and secretly name 2 different cards. You may turn this conspiracy face up anytime and reveal the chosen names. Whenever you cast a creature spell with one of the chosen names, you may search your library for a creature card with the other chosen name, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. That's kind of cool. That's like a little, like, I'm gonna go and grab... you know, this card, and I'm going to make it attached. Like, it's like a Siamese twin of this other card. So when I play one of them, I go get the other one. It's kind of cool. Altar's Reap, good card. Divination, good card. I'm not counting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No foil in this pack. Man, Farika's Mender, I remember that card too. And Gutter Snipe, very good card as well. Gratuitous Violence. So there's the Gratuitous Violence as our rare here, which is 5 mana, 3 red, 2 colorless, or 2 generic, I should say. If a creature you control would deal damage to a creature or a player, it deals double that damage to that creature or player instead. So just a very good card for red aggro decks. Incendiary Descent, Hidden Agenda. You start it with Hidden. Creatures you control with a chosen name have blah blah blah. They get fire breathing, essentially. It's kind of cool. So every pack has one of these conspiracy cards in it, minimum. I'm assuming it could possibly have 2 if you get a foil conspiracy, which you could. Foil conspiracy cards, I'm assuming, are not great, because since they can only be played in draft, it's not the best. Murder, very good card. I think Murder was just reprinted as well. I think we're short here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we're short. So we got our first foil here. First foil in this box. Spire Phantasm. Infest. All 3 mana sorcery. All creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. Pretty good. Carnage Gladiator. And our rare here's our first mythic. So our first mythic here's a Platinum Angel. So Platinum Angel is always a good card. I remember playing with this back in the days of the original Mirrodin block. You can't lose the game and your opponents can't win the game. So, you know, there's that. And our first foil. Just in time to see the first foil. Yay! Our first foil is Wings of the Guard. So this looks like to be a new card printed specifically for Conspiracy, which makes it not the best foil in the world, but Platinum Angel is one of my favorites as well. So it's a +1. It's a 1/1 for 2, flying, and it has melee. Melee is whenever this creature attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each opponent you attacked with a creature this combat. It's kind of interesting. So it's meant for like the multiplayer games. And then we got a Hired Heist. I saw this card played a bunch. In the Loading Ready Run draft that they did. So it's a hidden agenda. You name a card. You may return this face up anytime you reveal at any time, and you can reveal the chosen name. Whenever a creature you control with the chosen name deals combat damage to a player, you may pay a blue. If you do, draw a card. It's a pretty good agenda for blue. So far, every token I've gotten has been different. I've got an insect, a dragon, a zombie, and a soldier. And it's interesting because the zombie is a different art. I don't think I've ever seen this art on this zombie card before. So, like, I don't know. And then the insect is different, too. But I've seen the dragon before, and I've seen the soldier before. So, I mean, maybe they're just from sets that I didn't play or didn't open, and so therefore I didn't see those tokens. I don't know. Right, exactly. You use draft rules, but nobody keeps the cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. So we got another foil. Another foil. See, a fake user shows up and we get 2 foils in a row. Deathwind. Like, this is a crazy removal spell. Public Execution. Knight of the Black Rose. And our rare, Hollowhenge Spirit, I should say. That's not a... Wait a minute, that's not a rare. Oh, Deathwind was a... Oh. Oh, we don't have a foil. Ah. Ha. Ho. Ho. Okay, so our rare is a Grenzo Havoc Razor. This looks like a very typical to Conspiracy card. It's a 2/2 legendary creature, Goblin Rogue. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, choose one goad target creature that player controls, or exile the top card of that player's library until end of turn. You may cast that card, and you may spend mana as though it was mana of any color to cast it. It's kind of an interesting little goblin. It's an interesting little goblin. I don't know. He seems really cool for a goblin deck, but since he's not really legal in any format, it's kind of unfortunate. And then our conspiracy card here is a Natural Unity, which is a hidden agenda. Creatures you control with the chosen name have, at the beginning of your combat's turn, you may pay a green. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on that creature. Seems pretty good. There's another Crown token. Those are kind of cool. I like those. We have 2 of these boxes to open tonight, so make sure you stick around and check that out. We'll probably do a giveaway for full art lands in between. 10 commons, so no foil here. Irresistible Prey leads us into a Kami of the Crescent Moon. So that's a card that sees play, from what I understand, in Modern. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card for 2 mana, a 1/3. Yeah, so I don't know if he's worth anything, but he could be. We got a second rare in this pack because we got a rare conspiracy card, which is Hold the Perimeter. Start the game with this conspiracy face up in the command zone. At this beginning of your first upkeep, put a 1/2 white soldier token with Defender onto the battlefield. At the beginning of each other player's first upkeep, that player puts a 1/1 red goblin creature token onto the battlefield with this creature can't block. So essentially you get a 1/2 Defender and they get a bunch of 1/1s, which is kind of interesting. Goad is a new it's a new mechanic specifically for Conspiracy. Kiln Fiends, these are like, a couple bucks a piece. I don't know whether the cards from this specific set, I don't know if the Kiln Fiends are going to see a whole bunch of money, but we'll put it down there with the Beast Within for now. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, there was a Prey Upon there. Good card. Also just saw a reprint in Eldritch Moon. Fang of the Pack. Again, another new conspiracy card. Overrun. Keepsake Gorgon. Wow, this is a card. I remember playing this card all the time. That was a card. And we got a Faith's Reward, which is return to the battlefield all permanent cards in your graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn. So if you can wipe the board and then play this, you get everything back. Not a bad little thing. Assemble the Rankin Vial again. A second doesn't assemble the Rankin Vial. You know what? We're going to stack the conspiracy cards because we're going to run out of space if we put them in a line. Hey, that backpack ripped open like nobody's business. It didn't quite, it didn't want to split properly. Let's see if we can, there we go. There it is. Alright. Oh, Regicide. Cool. That's got really cool art on it. I don't know if you can see that, but the art on that card is really neat. It's like a ghost king getting stabbed in the neck. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 commons. Farika's Mender, Noble Banneret. Gang of Devils. Gang of Devils leads us into... Oh, wow, Charmbreaker Devils. I didn't know that this was reprinted in this box as well. It's a very interesting card for what it was when it came out. The Thrills. it's kind of cool because it's like at the beginning of your upkeep, you return an instant or sorcery at random from your graveyard, and whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, they get +4/+0, so they become an 8/4, right? And they bring your spells back, which is kind of cool. But I mean, for 6 mana, he's not the best. Oh, there's a 1/1 construct token with Defender. That's kind of cool. That must be new specifically to Conspiracy. And then we got Adriana's Valor. So it's a hidden agenda. Whenever a creature you control with a chosen name attacks, you may pay 1 white. If you do, that creature gains indestructible until end of turn. That's kind of cool. So we're about a quarter of the way through the box here. We're going to keep going. Omen Speaker was such a good card back in the day. I mean, it's still a good card, but it's just like Flame Slash. Very good. Ten commons. Sulphurous Blast. Wow. It's a card, too. Sulphurous Blast deals 2 damage to each creature and each player. If you cast it during your main phase, it does 3 instead. It's crazy. And we got a Capital Punishment. This is a council dilemma, so starting with you, each player votes for death or taxes. Each opponent sacrifices a creature for each death vote, and discards a card for each taxes vote. So, hey, we got a foil. That's weird. So, so that's interesting. You can't actually tell if you're going to get a foil from the pack by counting the commons, because your foil could be the Conspiracy card, and if you get a foil Conspiracy card, you still only get 1. So that's a foil hired heist. Interesting. Learning new things, you know? Learning new things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, Doom Traveler's reprinted in this set too? Jeez, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Divination as well. Very good cards. They've reprinted some very good cards. Coiling Oracle is very good as well. Wow. Shimmering Grotto. It's a nice little land. We got a Burning Wish. Burning Wish was an old card. So Burning Wish is a 2 mana cost sorcery that says you may choose a sorcery card you own from outside the game, reveal that card, and put it into your hand, Burning Wish, and then you exile Burning Wish. So this card's crazy. Like, go ahead and go grab any card you have and just go ahead and put it into your hand. So another Incendiary Descent. Ooh, that's kind of a nice little... Oh, that's the little goblin token that you get for that rare thing that says it can't be blocked. Or it can't block, I should say. The art on that guy is really cool, though. It's pretty neat. Too bad it says can't block on it, because if it didn't say that, then you could use that goblin token as a goblin token for other things. Dramatic Visions. Wow. 1. Tormenting Voice as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got a foil in this pack. Alright, Death Sickle. Have a great night. Thanks for stopping by. So, Rune Servitor. Then we got a Palace Jailer. We got a Dragon Lair Spider as our rare in this pack. So this is a new card to me as well. It's 2 green, 2 red, 2 generic mana. It's a 5/6. It has reach. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you put a 1/1 green insect token onto the battlefield. Seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. Oh, that's cool. We got a foil Ascended Law Mage. This is a very good card. I remember this card from back in Ravnica. I want to say it was probably part of Dragon Maze? Or was it Gate Crash? I can't remember which one exactly, but it was part of the Ravnica block. Or part of the Return to Ravnica block, I should say. It's a 3/2 for 4, but it has flying and hexproof. So can't be attacked by, can't be done in by spells and things. There's a new beast token. That's kind of cool. So that's a new beast token to add to the pile because it's just a 3/3 beast. It's the same beast that gets created when you do the beast within. So it's nice that there's a token that you can actually use that has new art on it from this set. Oh man, mnemonic wall. That's a wall I remember. Strength in numbers. Murder again. Oh wow. Nessian Asp. Yeah. That's the thing. Deadly Designs. Gruul War Charm. Or Gruul War Chant, I should say. This was an interesting one. This one came out in that Ravnica block as well. So it's an enchantment for 4. Attacking creatures you control get +1/+0 and have menace. So they can't be blocked by 2 or two. They can only be blocked by 2 or more. And our rare here is a Volatile Chimera, which is a 3-drop 3/2. That says, before you shuffle your deck to start the game, you may reveal this card from your deck and exile 3 or more creature cards you drafted that aren't in your deck. Pay a red and a generic, choose a card at random you exiled with cards named Volatile Chimera. Volatile Chimera becomes a copy of that card and gains this ability. That's interesting. And we got a second rare in this pack as well, which is another rare conspiracy card, which is Emissary's Ploy. Before drawing your opening hand, choose 1, 2, or 3. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast creature spells with converted mana cost equal to the chosen numbers. That's kind of cool. It's kind of a cool little thing to have in a draft format. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. So we got a foil here. Ascended Lawmage, Hail of Arrows, Dread Statuary, Inquisition of Kozilek. That's a good one. So the original Inquisition of Kozilek was like, before this set got printed, it was like in like the $13 to $16 range, from what I recall. I think it's since dropped to like, since the printing of this, it's dropped down to like 8 or 9, I think. And that's in Canadian dollars, so we're even lower in American. And so I think this copy from this set is like sitting around the $3 mark, somewhere in there, which is not really great, but it's also just a very good card, which is why it had such a high price to begin with. So that's a nice little pickup. And we got a foil Public Execution. And another Hired Heist. Oh, cool, a new Spirit token, too. That's new art. It's kind of cool. Coming out of the guy's eyeballs. Another Kiln Fiend there. That's good. Well, we have a foil in this pack, too, because I saw it. Altar's Reap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... And then 9 was the Kiln Fiend. So we have a foil in this pack, like I said. Serum Visions. Another card that was like $8 or $9 a piece Canadian before the reprint of this set. And that's unfortunate for me because I think I had like probably like 12 to 15 copies of the original. And I was holding on to them. And now their price has gone like in the toilet. And I was like, oh man, I shouldn't have held on to them. So anyway, we'll put that over there because it is still worth a couple bucks. Diabolic Tutor is very good. Okay, so we got our second mythic, which is a Subterranean Tremors. So it's red and X, and it's a sorcery that says Subterranean Tremors deals X damage to each creature without flying. If X is 4 or more, destroy all artifacts. If X is 8 or more, then put an 8/8 red lizard creature token onto the battlefield. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. And our foil is a Custody Peacekeeper. And we have another Assemble the Rank and Vile. Alright, let's keep going. Let's keep moving along. 10 commons, so no foil. Carnage Gladiator, and our rare here is a Splitting Slime. Another new card for me. What is this? 3/3 Monstrosity 3. When Splitting Slime becomes monsters, put a token on the battlefield as a copy of Splitting Slime. That's interesting. And an Incendiary Descent. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ascended Law Mage, Windborne Charge, Mana Plasm, and we got a Hallowed Burial. It's a good card. It's a card that sees a lot of play in things, so there's that. It's a nice little removal. It puts all creatures on the bottom of their owner's libraries, so it gets around the whole, like, you know, I blow up your guys. Well, my guy's indestructible. Okay, well, I don't blow them up. I just put them on the bottom of your library. Oh. Or it gets around, like, the... Maybe my guys aren't indestructible, but I have a lot of things to get them back from the graveyard. Well, they're not in the graveyard. They're on the bottom of your library now. 10. Rogue's Passage. A solid uncommon card. Very good. Burn Away. Smuggler Captain, and we got a Custody Lich as our rare. So this is a 5 mana 4/2. When Custody Lich enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. When you become the monarch, target player sacrifices a creature. Interesting. So becoming the monarch is what this is all about. It's all about becoming the monarch, getting the crown, and then keeping the crown, or taking it from the people who have it. So that's what this is all about. That's an interesting little token. An assassin, a 1/1 assassin with Death Touch and Haste. Oof, man. Death Touch and Haste seems kind of brutal. This set has a lot of things called Custody. It's a thing. So what they went with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stone Shock Giant as well, wow. Oh, Deceiver Exarch was a card that sees a lot of play in Modern as well. I think a little less play now that Splinter Twins is banned. But still, who knows. Domesticated Hydra. And our rare here is a Wild Pear. Enchantment for 6. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, you may search your library for a creature card with the same total power and toughness and put it onto the battlefield. If you do, shuffle your library. Nice little rare. Another Assemble Rank and Vile. Let's put our foils over there, and let's put our mythics here and our rares here, and we'll start a new stack of rares. Since we seem to be going, we're almost at the end of the camera view here. So we got an MrBevers. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A Cronian Hoplite too, wow. Okay, Ruined Servitor. A lot of these cards, I'm like, I see them and I'm like, man, I remember playing with these cards. Spectral Grasp. Oh, this is kind of cool. This is a card that was printed for this set. It's an uncommon, Spectral Grasp. It's Enchant Creature. Enchanted creature can't attack you or a planeswalker you control. Enchanted creature can't block creatures you control. So essentially, it stops them from being able to use whatever creature it is you put it on against you, which is kind of cool. And our rare here is Adriana, Captain of the Guard. Legendary creature for 5, 4/4, and it has melee. And then it says other creatures you control have melee as well. So that's kind of cool. Which is melee is whenever it attacks, it gets +1/+1 for until end of turn for each opponent that you attacked this turn. Which is kind of a cool little thing. Oh, that's... Hey, there's our 8/8 lizard token. Look at that guy. Look at how mean he looks. Kind of cool. Let's keep going here. Nine, so we got a foil in this pack. We've got a Serum Visions. And a Ghostly Prison. Another uncommon that's worth a couple bucks. We got a Guldraz Spectre as the rare here. It's an interesting little guy. So this is an old card too. This has been around for a while. Guldraz Spectre gets +3/+3 as long as an opponent has no cards in hand. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card. Wow. Okay, so we got our foil rare, and our foil rare is an Adriana, Captain of the Guard. So there you go. And here's a new conspiracy card that I haven't seen yet. So our conspiracy card here is Echoing Boon, which is a hidden agenda. When you cast an instant or sorcery spell, if it targets a creature you control with the chosen name, you may copy the spell and may choose a new target for the copy. It's kind of cool. Kind of a neat little thing. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No foil in this pack. Another Deceiver Exarch in that pack. An Animus Predation. And we got Pariah as our rare. So it's an old school card. It's been around for a while. Enchanted creature. All damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to that enchanted creature instead. We got a second rare in this pack, which is another weight advantage. So we now have 2 weight advantages. Rare conspiracy cards. Only 2 mythics so far. It's kind of low on the mythic side of things. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thorn of the Black Rose. We got an Explosive Vegetation, very good card for ramp decks. Irresistible Prey, Infest, and we got a Sphinx of Magosi. This is a Sphinx that's been around for a while as well. Flying for, so a 6 mana cost, 6/6 flyer. Pay 3, draw a card, then put a 1/1 counter on him. Very, very good in that aspect. And we got an Incendiary Descent as well. We're going to be taking the crown here. That's what we're trying to do. So, let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No foil in this pack. We got Hallowed Spirit. Oh, Havengul Vampire. Wow. That's a good card. Good card for vampire decks. Whenever Havengul Vampire deals combat damage to a player, put a 1/1 counter on it. Whenever another creature dies, put a 1/1 counter on it. So it gets bigger in many different ways. So we got a Regal Behemoth. Trample, 5/5 for 6. When Regal Behemoth enters battlefield, you become the Monarch. Whenever you tap a land for mana while you're the Monarch, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. It's kind of cool. Gives you a little bit of ramping. We got another Natural Unity in that pack. So we're almost about 3/4 of the way through this pack. Through this box, I should say. We got another box to go still. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got a foil in this pack. Gang of Devils, Merfolk Looter. Okay, so we've got our rare here. Our mythic. 3rd mythic. It's another conspiracy-specific mythic, which kind of sucks. But at the same time, what can you do? So, Council Dilemma, starting with you. Each player votes for time or money. For each time vote, take an extra turn after this one. For each money vote, choose a permanent owned by the voter and gain control of it. Wow. And then you exile this. Wow. Okay. Sure. That's a thing. We got a foil Spire Phantasm. And then we just got an Adriana's Valor. Ripped from their clothes. You know it. That's what the packs are called, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got another foil in this pack. A Shipwreck Singer. Very good card. I remember playing with this card a lot back in the Ravnica set. I played a lot during the Ravnica block online and stuff. Very good card. We got Followed Footsteps as our rare. Another good card. It's like it was a couple bucks before the reprint in this set, so it's probably gone down a bunch, but at the same time, still not bad. It's a 5 mana cost enchant creature. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a token that's a copy of that creature onto the battlefield. So, pretty cool. And we got a Foil Zealous Strike. Foily, foily, foily. And we got another Hired Heist. Alright. We're almost through this box. Caller of Gales. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dismiss. Counter target spell, draw a card for 4 mana. Shimmering Grotto. Noble Banneret. Horn of Greed as our rare in this pack. Whenever a player plays a land, that player draws a card. Interesting. That's an interesting little thing. Then we got Incendiary Descent. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No foil in this pack. Mausoleum Turnkey. There's another Beast Within. It's another. And then we got a Caller of the Untamed as our rare. This is like probably another conspiracy card, I would assume. Before you shuffle your decks to start the game, you may reveal this card from your deck and exile a creature card you drafted that isn't in your deck. Pay X and tap this card. Put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of a card you exiled with cards named Caller of the Untamed. X is the converted mana cost of that card. So you get to put a token on the battlefield that's a copy of the card you exiled. That's kind of cool. And we got a second Hold the Perimeter as well. So we've got another rare in that pack as well. I guess they kind of have to give you, there's only so many conspiracy cards per se, right? Of the actual conspiracies. 7, 8, 9, 10. Evolving Wilds. Good old Evolving Wilds, right? 1, 2, Coiling Oracle. We got Selvalla's Stampede. So this is another Council Dilemma. So it's a specific to conspiracy. It's 6 mana, sorcery. Starting with you, each player votes for wild or free. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card for each wild vote. Put those creature cards onto the battlefield, then shuffle the rest into your library. You may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield for each free vote. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. Natural unity there. Alright, let's keep motoring along here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No foil in this. Explosive Vegetation, very good. Gutter Snipe, very good. We got a Throne of the High City. So this is the throne, right? We have the crown, so here's the throne. Add a colorless mana to your mana pool. For 4 generic and tap this, sacrifice it. You become the monarch. So you just get to be the monarch by getting rid of the throne. Seems kind of like counterintuitive to me, but you know how it goes. What is happening here? All these cards moving around. And then we got a Summoner's Bond. That's the double agenda card. That lets you go searching for other cards, you know? Oh my goodness. Bumped the table there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No foil in this pack. Another Shipwreck Singer. Interesting. Good. And we got a Skyline Despot. It's a 7 mana 5/5 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you are the monarch, put a 5/5 red dragon creature token with flying onto the battlefield. Gives you a bunch of dragons. You are the King of Dragons. King of Dragons. Another Kiln Fiend here. I see him right away. It's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Burn Away. Storm Chaser Chimera. Man, I remember that guy too. Another Ghostly Prison. And a Forgotten Agent. It's a good card for multiplayer games, that's for sure. So I can see why they would have reprinted this guy in Conspiracy. So he's a 4-mana 0/3, but it's whenever a player casts a spell, you may put a 1/1 counter on him. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may move any number of 1/1 counters from him onto other creatures. Not even other creatures that you control, just onto any other creature. So, when you're playing in a multiplayer format, you got 3 other people playing spells that you can get tokens from. And it's whenever they cast a spell that you get a token. So, any kind of spell, you know? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Deadly Designs. Spy Kit. Havenghoul Vampire. Keeper of Keys as our rare. When Keeper of Keys enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you're the Monarch, creatures you control can't be blocked this turn. It's kind of cool. Gives you a little bit of maneuverability. Let's just go like this, because I keep bumping those cards with my arm. My big old arms, you know. Okay, 9 cards, 9 commons. So we're gonna have a foil here. We got another mythic. This is Selvala, Heart of the Wilds, legendary creature elf. So she's a 2/3 for 3. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, its controller may draw a card if its power is greater than each other creature's power. It's kind of interesting. Pay green and tap this. Add X mana in any combination of colors to your mana pool, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. That's kind of cool. Huh. So if you ramp it up, that's a really interesting mythic. Borderland Explorer foil. Oh, we got a mythic. We got 2 mythics in that pack. 2 mythics in that pack. This is a mythic Conspiracy card. The first creature spell you cast each turn costs 1 less to cast. You can't cast instants or sorcery spells. Wow. So you start with this face up. So you're essentially a beatdown deck. You start the game with this face up. The first creature spell you cast each turn costs 1 less, and you can't cast instants or sorceries. So good luck. You've got enchantments and creatures. That's what you got going on for you. For that game. The whole game. And you start with it face up, so it's not even like a, when I draw it, maybe it'll happen. No, you start with that face up. Another Kiln Fiend, that's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No foil in this pack. Fleshbag Marauder, very good card. 3/1 for 3. When it enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature. We got a Stunt Double as our rare here, which is a flash for 4, 0/0. You may have Stunt Double enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield. That's kind of cool. Another Beast token. It's a good one. As it should be. As it should be. Seems like a good name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No foil in this pack. Hail of Arrows. Sulphurous Blast. Into the Void. I didn't even realize they reprinted it. This is a very good card. Return up to 2 target creatures to their owner's hands for 4 mana. Very good. And we got a Hamlet back Goliath. 6/6 for 7. When another creature enters the battlefield, you may put X 1/1 counters on this guy, where X is that creature's power. It's very heavy. It's a heavy Goliath, you know? So, I mean, I wouldn't say that it was bad, per se. We have, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 foils. 5 mythics. One of the mythics being specific to Conspiracy. Technically, one of them is a Conspiracy. 2 of them are specific to Conspiracy. Platinum Angel, not a bad one. All in all, not a terrible pull. I mean, I'm gonna have to go through and price it all out, but I know the Inquisition is worth something at least. The Followed Footsteps is probably worth something. Birds of Paradise is obviously worth a couple bucks. I'm gonna guess that the Kami is worth something as well. As for the rest, I don't know. The Platinum Angel, I don't know if it's actually worth anything, just because I don't think it sees too much play anymore. But the Elf might be worth something, because she's legendary. So she might be a hot commodity for Commander right now, which means I should probably unload her while I have the chance. Well, she's high priced, because she will just go down. The prices of all the cards in this set will just tank. They will slowly tank over the next, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, until they hit, a rock bottom price, and then that'll be the end of that. So, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. I would really appreciate it. Hope you all had a wonderful time. I've been your host, MrBevers. Don't forget to check out my store, nerdvantastore.ca, as well as my Patreon. And as always, may your pulls ever be better.